What up, fam? It's your boy Patrick the Dread. I'm back. I'm gonna tell you a quick story of how I crashed out and almost lost everything and could have found myself in the penitentiary. So when I was young, I was doing what every other dude does, right? I'm out there doing push-ups, doing sit-ups, we thinking we going to prison anyway. And so, I meet a chick, man. My brother introduced me to her. And she was looking like Halle Berry or at that time, Will Smith's wife. I don't remember her name. But either way, we build a little bit. We were both like black sheeps in the family, kind of. And so we established a little relationship, right? And so over time, man, we kept vibing, talking on the phone, and I remember walking up to the patio. And I knocked on this door many times. And her grandmother comes out. And, it's about 11 kids in this house. I mean, all you hear is screaming and hollering, and it's chaotic, right? And so Sharika comes out the front door, and she's crying, tears in her eyes, broke my heart. And her grandmother says, "Son, what's your name?" I told her my name. And she said, "Listen, you look like a nice young man. You're a handsome young man, and I believe you can do better." She said, "I tell this girl, and I'm going to tell you now, the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life." That's what she said. And it's like, stepped on a pin, it bent, and that's how the story went. That's what she said. The wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life. I ain't know what that meant. I probably have been smoking weed, blowing trees, whatever you want to call it, la. That's what we should say back in the day. And I told you, I've been sipping on Miller, so I don't know what she's talking about. I'm just coming over here to see this girl. So I end up getting this young lady pregnant. This girl didn't, Sharika didn't drink, smoke, or any of that. She just wanted to be around it. I did all of that. Plus I sold drugs, and I was a jacker. And when I say jacker, I mean, a jacker, unfortunately. That's what I did. I told you, if you follow me, it was hard to eat in some days. So when I was starving, boy, I had to go out and get it. And that's what I did. I ain't proud of it, but that's what I did. So we rekindle, in other words, I'm saying I'm seeing other folks, man. I'm seeing other folks. She probably seeing other folks. I'm sure she's seeing other folks. You hear what I'm saying? And I'm definitely seeing other folks. So this interaction, though, that boggles me still today, but I call it out. I ain't ashamed to tell you. It sent me to the doctor. Yeah, she gave me gonorrhea. I had to go to the doctor. So I'm waiting on this baby to be born in 9 months. I done got gonorrhea. I'm in the 9th grade. You see what I'm saying? It's the summer before the 9th. I'm in the 9th grade. And I'm thinking the girl is a cool catch. She's sweet. I just can't see her every day. So, obviously I'm planning on her, but I ain't sleeping with a whole bunch of folks. I'm in the 9th grade. You know what I mean? So it's good to have you something on standby. So she was my standby. Man, I continued hustling, and she had the baby. She had the baby. I'm going to school. I'm shooting dice. I'm doing everything I can because I'm trying to prepare financially to help take care of this child, man. And so she had a baby, and they didn't give me a call until, after my school day had let out. So I get home by 4:30, whatever, 4:35. And I'm told, hey, she had the baby. It's a girl, and so forth and so on, right? So, man, I'm excited, you know what I mean? And I'll be honest with you, the baby probably saved my life. Another story that I'll tell another day. But I'm excited. So, I met the baby probably a week or so later, once she got released from the hospital, whatever that was, and things were great. So here we are. We the same age. She probably got me about 6 months. But, we about the same age, 14, 15, something like that. With a child. We got a child, right? And we still got school to do. She got to go back to school. I go to school, right? So time passed, man. And it becomes one of those volatile situations where we didn't stay together. I ended up getting with a chick, man, a couple of track stars at a couple of different schools. And I was just playing around, man. You know what I mean? Like my dad used to say, man, I was 32 in the waist and real cute in the face. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how it was with me. You know what I mean? But I still tried to take care of my kid. I did what I had to do, right? And again, no commitment. We weren't exclusive. So she doing her thing or whatever she do. Man, a couple of summers passed, and I got out there kind of heavy. Matter of fact, this got to be probably my junior year. I got out there pretty heavy. We still stayed in contact. The baby 2 years old at the time, whatever it was. And we on and off. Every now and then I might slide through with the baby daddy thing, the intermingle, hook up, click up, you know what I mean? And even if she did have a boyfriend, I skipped in line, you know what I mean? Because I had the child with the girl, so it didn't matter. So if you ever been over there and somebody baby daddy stopped through and they kind of put you out, that means, he's still in there like swimwear. So I was still in there like swimwear. So anyway, I told her, I said, man, listen here. I just hit a lick. It's a dangerous lick. And I need to lay low. But I got some work. And I'm talking about Coca-Cola. I got some work. I don't really mess with the work like that. You know what I mean? Because I used to sell pounds, right? Mary Jane. You know what I mean? And I don't mess with the work like that. I didn't like it because it negatively impacted my family. You know what I mean? Like I said, my father got hooked on it. So I didn't like it. But I had to work because we jugged for the work, got to work. And I knew, man, where she was staying, it was rolling, man. It was roly-poly, baby. It was roly-poly. So it was rolling. And I just wanted to get over there because, see, I was over there putting the work over there off Ewing in Oak Cliff. And, it was busy, but it was a whole bunch of dudes, you heard me, shout stopping. Even dudes from our same school coming over there shout stopping because you had to go to where the work moved, but also where your parents didn't know where you were, right? So that was the thing. So I was like, man, I don't want to be out viewing. So let's find another spot. Well, I found out she was over there by the VO. You know what I mean? Trail. Y'all know what it is. She over there by the VO. So she gonna let me duck in. So we had the conversation. We had to connect. And she said, you know what? You can move with me. And we can raise the baby together. I'm like, bet. So that weekend, the weekend prior, she came over to the house. She had a dude with her. He about 30. It looked like he about 30. Again, we teenagers, 14, 15. And he was her driver. That's what she told me because I got agged about it. You know what I mean? I really tried to check the situation, but then I recognized this dude. Mind full of goals, whatever. And I recognized him. And I knew that was one of my partners, Big Homie. He one of my partners, Big Homie, my partner Slim. So I'm like, okay, well, she said it's just a partner. I'm going to go with the move. You know what I mean? I'm going to go with the move. I said, the plan's still in place? She said, yeah. She said, next weekend, you moving? Cool. She said that right in front of him. No big deal. Cool. Because remember, part of my play here is to whoop the work and keep the work moving, right? And then I was going to still be pushing the pounds. But she was just in a prime location for me, right? And she's in a location kind of near where I grew up before moving to Keys and Post. So I lived out 52nd at first. So she's not too far from the hood, right? I know a lot of people out 52nd. That's my part of town. My family in the VO, so forth and so on. So, man, when it's time to move over there, I asked my partner, you know what I mean? OG Mane, I said, hey, I'm finna move over here, with Sharika. And man, I'm gonna take that work over there. And then she gonna, help me stretch it, and we're going to get some customers, and we're going to get this all out of here, and we're going to re-up and blah, blah, blah. What you do, right? So, man, I go over there. I got OG Mane with me. I got another soldier with me. So we're going to call him C-Dog. I knock on the door. Nobody ain't answering the door. I start bamming on the door. You know what I mean? Bamming on the door. I ain't trying to wake up nobody. Bamming on the door. Nobody ain't answering the door. I'm like, damn, she just told me to come through here. You hear me? So we ain't have cell phones then. This is the 90s. But She wasn't answering the door. Now, I've been here 5 minutes. Now, I done told you, I done brought 2 people with me, because I knew it's potentially volatile. I know what kind of neighborhood this is. I grew up like that when I lived in Brackliff. So I wasn't just going over there by myself like a crash dummy with some work, right? So I said, man, no, did I talk to her earlier? Because I said, man, I'm on Ewan. I'm finishing up on the block. You know what I'm saying? We finna load up the guns, finna load up the work, and head over there. She said, bet. Why 30 minutes later, she ain't answering the door. She ain't answering the door, and I'm pissed because guess what? I got my clothes. You know, I got a whatever full of clothes because this the plan, this the play. So I told my partner, so I grabbed a tray pound, you know what I mean? For those who don't know what that is, at 3/8, I grabbed a tray pound and I said, okay, well, I know what I'm gonna do. It's just shit. Since I'm moving in, I'm just gonna see if what's name unlocked. So I jumped over her balcony, and there's a balcony, you know what I mean, with a patio with a wood gate. I jumped the balcony with the tray pound and I opened up the slide door, the back door. Guess what? Yep, it was open. It wasn't locked. That's not a good thing to do in that neighborhood. I got the tray pound in my hand. Room dark. Guess who I see? Bingo! Sharika. And she with that dude with them all gold mouth, all gold teeth in his mouth. He silent. He ducked his head down. She calling out my name. Patrick, don't do nothing. When I originally put that tray pound, I looked him in his eyes before he looked down. And that look, like this here, to me, it was a look of humility, humbleness. I ain't gonna say fear, because, he's a street dude. And he probably knew, man, he done caught me with my pants down. You know what I mean? But it wasn't literally down, but he done caught me, slipping. Even though you were forewarned, I've been beating on the door. You heard me? So he looked down. And I cocked that tray pound. I probably gave him a look so cold. And then I turned my anger from him. Because once I saw that submission, I was like, man, this ain't nothing. He don't want no smoke. This ain't about him, and I ain't in here to fight for no girl. I came here to move work. I turned my anger to Sharika. I said, man, what you doing, man? You knew I was coming over here. You knew I was moving over here. We had to understand what this is, man. No, Patches, no, I just don't know what to do. All that stuff, And then I tell my partner, Jermaine, hey, check the back. You know what I mean? With the pistol. Check the back. Let's make sure there ain't nobody else in here. Because I don't want no surprises, right? Because this is a, kind of unsafe place. I just put it that way. And man, nobody was in the house. We come back out because I go to the back room. I set my clothes down immediately. That's me. I'm setting up shop. Oh boy, I gotta go. Oh boy, jetted. She jetted though. So Sharika done jetted. And the little old hood rat come back in there and she say, don't let yourself get put in the cross behind little old hood rat. Don't let yourself get put in the cross behind the little old hood rat. And then she walk out the door. Now she wasn't in here first. But it's one of them places, you understand, it's the hood, man. We're like once the door opens, just everybody out. You know what I mean? Like you in a penitentiary or something, just everybody out. And so I go look outside. They at his lack or whatever it was. It was a nice guy. Again, he got his head down. She trying to explain, crying, whatever it was. So it sounded like, oh, okay, so she trying to pull a jug on him. Had nothing to do with me again because we weren't exclusive. I was messing with other broads anyway. I just needed this spot. I needed a spot to take over for the summer. And, but I knew who he was. I knew who he was connected to. He was connected to some of the biggest in the city. And at that very moment, I said, should I go lay him down? See, I'm the type, man, I ain't never like looking on my back. So I don't do no talking. Then this ain't no tough stuff. I don't talk behind folks' back. I don't talk noise. Anytime I've had action, there was just action. I don't do no talk. I can't, man. I've even said, it's just something about me. I can't do no talking. But I'm like, man, am I leaving this dude? You know what I mean? And he gonna circle back and come get me? Because see, we had just passed Genesis. See, there was a club called Genesis right there by the VO. And I'm like, I know his partner's up in there. I ain't studying the club. I'm trying to eat. You heard me? So I'm like, and I know boys riding around with Mac 11, Mac 10s. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if we were riding with K's at that time, but boys had heat. You heard me? So I'm like, man, should I just go lay him down? I decided against laying him down, but I did mark my territory. And I told you, man, hey, man, I'm just going to stamp it here. Y'all can go if y'all need to, but I'm finna sleep here. This my place. You know what I mean? This where we're going to set up shop, and whatever come with it, come with it. Nothing came. Silent night. I'm thinking, it's going to be some drama. I'm thinking I'm going to have to lay some boys down because I just done throw the old boy out. He done told some people and they finna come over, man, what you got going? Because it's just 2-3 of us. But it didn't happen. But Sharika didn't come back that night. Sharika stayed somewhere else, so maybe she went with him. I don't know. You know what I mean? So the next morning, I wake up. I call my brother. My brother lived around the corner, 52nd. I said, say, man, come get me. Me and OG, man, we over here. We over here with Sharika, man. And feel like it might be real set-up-y. I said, it's quiet. Ain't nobody came around. I said, shit, I was supposed to be moving in with her. That was the play. And then this dude, sitting on the couch. I told him the whole story. Sitting on the couch. I'm knocking on the door. Nobody ain't said nothing. I done jumped up in there. I done pulled a tray pound. But I never put it to him. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, personally, I let a boy make it if that's the case. I've had guns pulled on me, or somebody clutching. I didn't point it at him. I was really doing it in case I ran up on something and I needed to defend myself. So he came and picked us up, threw us in the back of his truck. And, we supposed to be riding to his house. Then he gonna take us back on to the village. My brother, I guess he decides to take a detour. So he riding with us. He passed 52nd, then he turned on Lancaster, and he turned into some apartments, I think Golden Hammonds, where we was jugging. And so I'm like, damn. I'm telling OG, man, what we doing? We laying down in the back. Now, we laying down in the back of the truck. Man, like, man, should I start shooting? Start shooting? Like, nigga, you ain't finna shoot my brother? What is you talking about? But man, what is we over here for, man? What is this nigga doing? And I'm thinking the same thing. Because this what we just jugged. This where it came from. We just jugged. That would just happen to be a coincidence. But I did a whole bunch of looking over my back. I never reconciled with Sharika. Nor did I ever engage with her again in a romantic way. Because what she did is put me in a cross. She put me in a cross, and that was real beef. And it could have been real beef. We laugh about that story now. My brother wasn't taking us to teach us no lesson because I thought he was. I thought he was trying to turn us into somebody, be like, see, you shouldn't have took this from him. I'm taking you back to him. I'm like, man, this ain't Love Boat. You know what I mean? This cutthroat. So, man, be wise. If somebody for the streets, leave them to the dogs. Leave them to the streets. But don't put yourself out there. Be smart. Make good decisions. Because, man, it only takes 2 seconds. A split decision. I could have turned that boy head into a watermelon. And with all them folks outside, they'd either been gunning for me or I'd be in the penitentiary. I just think about that, man, because all this beef and this negativity going on, I don't know what's what. I don't know why it started, but I heard it's over a female. Hey, man, if she for the streets, leave her to the streets.